Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back. I attempted to do one of those like little intros like Jessica Braun does with her coffee, but with my wine. I don't know how it turned out, so it may or may not make the front cut. If it didn't because it was so stupid, then just ignore everything I've just said. But anyways, today I thought it would be fun to do an anti-haul. You guys said that you would be interested in seeing those from me, and I had recently just jumped on the Trend Mood page to see what was going on, what's new, and I have some thoughts. So I thought it would be a good time to film this. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Megan. I post every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button where we're chit-chatting about it. And while you're down there, hit the thumbs up as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a smidgen grumpy because it took an obscene amount of time for me to log into Instagram on my MacBook. I have the two-factor authentication, and for some reason, it will never send me a text message. So I have to use my backup codes that don't work half the time. So just basically waiting to get hacked. So I'm trying to drink some wine to get the mood back in the right place. I have my MacBook open because if you don't know, I film on my iPhone. So in order to be able to see the post and look through them and whatnot, yeah, I have to pull it up on my laptop. Trying to find my Zen. I don't use Instagram very often on my Mac, so I guess there's a learning curve on how to open a fucking post. I guess you can't just click on it. I'm trying not to go on a rant about Instagram because that app, let me tell you. But anyways, okay, let's get to the anti-haul. The first product is it's from Patrick Ta, and he is releasing a long-wearing brow pencil with super sharp precision to help fill in sparse brows. It has a gel base, glides on, and sets for water-resistant, long-wearing finish. This little baby retails for $25. I mean, it looks nice, sure, but honestly, if you want something that's just gonna get it done, the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil will get it done. The LA Girl Shady Slim will get it done. This is $3. This is $6. This one is a little bit more, not as creamy. It's a little bit on the tougher side to use, but I like that for right up here. Whereas this one's a little bit more creamy, but you could buy both of these for less than $10. So I would recommend these. That's why I just don't really buy high-end brow products, because I have some that I really, really love and have been purchasing forever. So I just can't bring myself to spend that kind of money on a brow product, because I don't know about you guys, but I go through a brow product about every 5 to 6 weeks. So it's a pretty quick turnaround time. So to spend I almost just said $500 on a brow pencil. So to spend $25 on a brow pencil, just isn't my cup of tea. It looks like they have 5 shades. I mean, it looks pretty, but I don't need it, and neither do you. So that's what I'm here for. Next up, it looks like Oma Beauty is releasing another collection. It's called Salute to the Sun, and it's inspired by the majestic land of Egypt. It includes an eyeshadow palette that retails for $44, a lipstick, which is $24 a piece, and then a highlighter. It looks like a liquid highlighter for $25 a piece, an eyeliner for $20, and a mascara for $20. You guys, this palette, like, I actually legit cringed. And it's not even because the color story is horrible, because I don't really think that the color story is horrible. I'm looking at the packaging. It is physically painful. I hate packaging that opens like this out of the middle. That is the sole reason I did not pick up the last Nikki Tutorials eyeshadow palette that she did with Beauty Bay, because I could not stand the way it opens up from the middle like there. I hate that. And this one even has like a twist and then you open it. No. For $44, that just screams kind of like cheap to me. I haven't tried anything from Oma Beauty. I have been tempted, but nothing has just like come out and like slapped me like I felt like I just needed it. So this is gonna be another easy pass for me. The lipsticks also look super, super like really on the dewy side. And I'm not really into that like look on my lips from a lipstick. So they wouldn't really be my jam. And then the highlighters, they all look pretty deep, like the shades, in my opinion. I honestly don't think that, well, Trend Mood, she like swatched them all out onto her arm, the ones that she had anyways. And I don't know, I'm not into that. Like, I think it's pretty, but not on my face. And then $20 for like an eyeliner that looks like my CoverGirl cream one that's like $8. Like, nope. I'm out. Plus I have like, and I'm not gonna buy mascara because I bought like 10 backups of the Bite Beauty one, so I'm also set there. But yeah, this just like isn't really it for me. I don't know. I hate the way that eyeshadow palette opens so much. It's just like, stop that. Stop it now. The next launch is from Dior. They're launching a no transfer compact foundation with up to 24 hours of wear. This is a whopping $60. And look at the shades, you guys. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the vibes I'm getting are, they look like clowns. Like literally the top, like, what is that? The top row and then the whole left side of the photo look the fucking same. Like, there is like the smallest differential of color, but like for the most part, they look the same. It's like literally 16 shades of fair is what it looks like to me. And it just, ridiculous. And yeah, there's what? One deep shade. And then one semi-deep. And then the other ones I would think like more on the tan side. Like, I think that this shade range is laughable, honestly. And even me, who is like in the light medium situation right now, I don't really feel like any of those would work for me right now either. So I'm not really sure what they're doing with the shade range here. But it is confusing, to say the least. I don't know. The next launch is from ColourPop. Not really sure if anyone cares about them anymore. I don't. This is the collab that they did with, I think it was BT21. And this actually, I saw more people than usual excited about this collab, because a lot of times people aren't really excited about ColourPop collabs. But I did feel like I saw a little bit of chatter going on over there. And I feel like ColourPop's prices are also going up. I was talking to someone in the DMs about this, and their 24 pan palette is listed at $30. And then their Super Shock better wake up. Their Super Shock shadows are listed at $8. That's a $3 markup from, because I thought Super Shocks like were around $5, $5 to $6. So that's like a pretty significant increase if you ask me. And for why? You know? I think the Super Shocks look pretty. They look really unique. And I think the palette looks pretty too. But, I mean, realistically, man, it looks like there's a couple pressed glitters in there as well. I wonder if it says. No, it doesn't say. But yeah, it looks like there's some pressed glitters in there as well. I do think that the color story is pretty. I think it's one of those that like, if I were to purchase this, once I got it, I feel like it would be a little hard to create looks that I would want to wear like every day with it, that kind of situation. So I don't know, it's not really doing it for me. The price increase is also just like kind of a turn off altogether. The next launch is, I'm still currently trying to talk myself down because one, it looks like it's up my alley. Two, it's getting hyped up around IG. So I'm like, I'm like, don't fall for it, Megan. Don't fall for it. It is the multi-use glow booster from e.l.f. That's going to give the skin a soft focus filter effect in real life. It can be used in 4 different ways just to enhance your natural glow. It's a flexible shade range that'll work across skin tones. Honestly, this reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury Fox filter, or no, is that even Hollywood Flawless filter, or the Auric Glow Lust. That's what this reminds me of, except for it's an e.l.f. price, so it's only $14. I feel like the shades look a little tricky, but I have my eye on the shade Fair Light, and I want this. I want to talk you all out of it, but okay, if you have the Charlotte Tilbury one or you have the Auric one, then you don't need this, so don't buy it, right? I don't have any of those anymore. So I'm thinking maybe it's something that I could pick up after I empty a primer, perhaps, because that's how I would use it most likely, is a primer and like my high points and stuff. So maybe I like that it does come with like a doe-foot applicator. I do enjoy that. Lord, if this video seems all over the place, it's because it is. There's a knot in here and it's driving me nuts. But I think that this looks really cute and really affordable. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's only available on their website, and you only have access if you have an account with them or sign up for an account with them. I'm hoping that it'll come to Ulta though, because I would love to swatch these out first. And kind of get more of a feeling for them. But yeah, I don't know. I think they look gorgeous, and I think it was a really smart move on e.l.f.'s part to release something like that. Next up, it looks like Ace Beauty just released a new palette. This one is the Paletopoly. That's kind of a cute name. Kind of hard to say because I suck at English. But honestly, this color story looks really pretty. I don't know how much this is because Trendmood hasn't uploaded the price yet. But I think that this palette is really pretty. However, what has always like deterred me from trying this brand, I've heard a lot of really not good reviews about the formula. And then I've also talked to people that have said that the palette has like a poor scent. So that's kind of just been off-putting to me, and why I've never tried the brand, because I have been tempted before, like in the BoxyCharm drop shop where they have it like they have one of their palettes like super marked down, and you can get it marked down. But because I've heard those reviews from some of my friends, I really just never felt pulled to actually purchase something and try it. So I don't know, you guys. Obviously, do with that what you will, but I haven't heard good things, so I'm personally not tempted. The next, this like just released as I'm filming this. It is the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate Collection, 50 full dollars. Can someone tell me why Too Faced is still charging an arm and a fucking leg for their products? Like, I feel like that's why we're seeing some of these more meh brands go out of business, because they are meh and they're charging this huge price point. And it's just like, if you were to charge something more like $30 bucks, $35, I think that the brands as a whole would do a lot better, because I'm sorry, I've never gotten like luxury vibes from freaking Too Faced, like, ever. So anyways, back to the actual palette. This is a brown palette with one blue shade and one lavender shade. Like, literally, it's like so many other things that they have released, and you have all these colors in your collection, and you know you do. I've seen so many people are so excited about it, and I'm like, quit that, Christine, quit it. You don't need that. It's literally all neutrals with a pop of blue and a pop of lavender. Everybody does it. You could dupe this palette 10 times over in your collection. And I get it, because looking at Trim Mood swatches, I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. It is. And I'm not going to deny that it is pretty, because it is. But it's nothing revolutionary. It's something that I know we all have, and I know you have. So don't do it, girl. Don't do it. All right, next up we have a product from Artist Couture. It says it is a blush-like trio face palette, but this is kind of actually confusing to me. I think that the packaging looks really pretty, but I'm kind of confused as to like what is going on with the shades. I know personally I'd be able to use the shade on the bottom, that peach, but I would not be able to use either of the other two. So it says face palette volume 3. So I'm assuming that there's 2 other face palettes of these. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really just not that into face palettes. Like, I've decluttered pretty much all my face palettes this year, you guys. If you're new here, I'll link my 2022 declutter series below. But literally the only, let's see. The only face palette to survive in my collection is my Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm. And this isn't even one that I would be like, oh my God, it's so insanely good, but I enjoy it. I actually have the blush on today. I love the blush. One of the reasons I kept this. But I'm not really into face palettes. One, they're just not really that practical to me, I guess. And two, depending on the time of year, like my skin tone is always like a bunch of different fucking colors and whatever. So like, it's really hard to be like, oh yeah, here's a face palette that I can use and use and use, when it's like, no, I need more options. So I don't know. It's not really doing it for me, I guess. I'm just not into face. That's what it is. Okay, I'm not into face palettes. I don't know why I just had to repeat that 20 flipping times. Sorry, fam. The next one that I am actually kind of curious about is the new foundation. It's called from Hourglass. It's called the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. And honestly, this just sounds like right up my alley. It says it's infused with blurring spheres to minimize the look of imperfections for skin that looks smooth, even, and glowing. It's a transfer-resistant formula and resistant to humidity and sweat. A weightless liquid foundation that delivers buildable medium coverage, natural finish with a light diffusing effect. $58. And then they have a brush too that's like 47 bucks. This does come in 32 shades. It looks like they have a pretty good shade range, which is good for Hourglass, because I know when the whole pull up for change movement was going on and stuff, they were one of the brands that really just struggled with shade range, especially for being like so well known and so like luxury. They're in that like luxury category, if you will, and they really just sucked at ever having a good shade range. But I feel like this range is definitely a really big improvement from them, and it's something that I really like to see. Hourglass was on my pause list for a while, but maybe I'm thinking since they said that they would improve, and it seems like they are expanding, maybe it's time to, you know, give them another chance. This is definitely another item that I'm going to be adding to my wish list. So I can't really talk you out of it because I also feel like it looks really good. But also, I always try to encourage to wait for reviews, you guys. Wait for reviews. That's what I always try to do, because half the time, it just ain't it, you know? So I would definitely wait for reviews. Urban Decay also recently launched a Vice Lip Bond, up to 16 hours of color that stays when everything else comes off. First, I want to know, what's a lip bond? Is it like a lip balm, a lipstick, a lip gloss? Like, what is it? And I'm trying to figure out by looking at these swatches, but like, I don't really know, because it looks kind of like glossy and thick when first applied, but then it looks like she tried to like blend it out, or, you know, it looks like it was blent out in the swatches below it. And that looks like more of like a dry down. So I'm not even really, I don't really understand what these are. So that just makes me not interested. Like, maybe that's ridiculous of me, but I'm like, oh, don't know what you are, can't figure out without extensive research. Nah. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Urban Decay as a whole hasn't really interested me in a very long time. Since the Stone Vibes palette was really the only thing that captured me. I have one of their foundations on my wish list that eventually I'd like to try. And then I have their all-nighter setting powder, which is like phenomenal, the pressed one. But other than that, like oh, and my eye primer. They can't ever stop selling that. But like all their like new stuff, I'm just like, I don't know. Does anyone else feel that way? Like, Urban Decay just doesn't call to me at all. Like, I almost wonder if it's one of those things where just people that aren't really in the makeup community like buy it when they go into Ulta or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know how they stay in business, because they're another one too that I feel like their price points are kind of wild for like where they're at as a brand and as a whole. But, you know. Next up, Trixie Mattel just launched a new palette in collab with Juno Birch. I don't know. I have wanted to try Trixie's makeup because I really love Trixie. I loved her in Drag Race. And I think that this is interesting because the first photo, these shades look like so muted and like not vibrant at all. Like just kind of like fade away, like chalky kind of situation. But then in the last photo where it's like showing them holding it up, the colors do appear to be a little bit more on the vibrant side. But overall, like, this color story just ain't it for me. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not a drag queen. I don't know what I would do with this, but but I don't know. I've been wanting to try something from Trixie for so long, but like, it's just always the color stories just don't speak to me at all. And this is another one of those, unfortunately, where I'm just like, yeah, the color story ain't it, bro. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Sephora also recently released a new little collection set. They do those, the little bundled sets, and this one's called the Gleamy Dreamy All Over Face Makeup Set. And I actually feel like this is a pretty good set. It does come, the Tower 28 Bronzino, it looks like it comes in the shade Suncoast. So, ooh, that is really, I'm surprised they put that in there because that is so light, because I have the shade West Coast, and like, there's just, I don't think I could get away with Suncoast on my skin. I think it would be far too light. So oh man, that kind of sucks, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't tried it. I don't know. But I do love the formula of the Tower 28 bronzer. And then you get a pore diffusing primer from Rare Beauty and Makeup Forever pencil. Those are nice. ABH Stronghold clear gel. You also get the Fenty Beauty dip on, like the dip one that everyone was like, this has to be an April Fool's joke, and then they still sell it. That's probably why it's in this set, because they ain't selling it. And then the Refi gloss highlighter in Topaz. I didn't even know I had that. I thought that brand was just brows for some reason. I don't know. I thought that, like, so everyone was like hyping up this set, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't like that mascara. I know I don't like that brow gel. I'm not gonna like that Fenty. Like, it kind of just, I'll say it. I don't think the set is that great. I know everyone's all hoopla about it right now, but this set's pretty meh to me. I'm trying to think. Frickin' Charlotte Tilbury. Bruh, is she ever gonna get off the... Is she ever gonna get off the pillow talk train? Like, honestly, I don't know. So she released this new face palette, and don't get me wrong, it looks pretty, but that deep shade down in the bottom just would not work for me under any circumstance. And then the one on the top left is pretty as well, but I don't really feel like it'd be okay. And then it looks like there are some very sparkly highlighters. I don't know. This just doesn't look like it's for me. And I feel like, and that's why I feel like a lot of, like, I want to have more Charlotte Tilbury stuff, but at the same time, like, there's nothing that I, like, really feel like I have to have, because it is, like, more on the basic side, as you know. Juvia's Place is also launching a new palette. This one is the Garden Collection, and honestly, this color story looks beautiful, but I'm not supporting Juvia's Place at this time. If you want to know why I uploaded a video of brands I don't support, so I would encourage you to also not support them. But I do think that the color story is pretty. I think that the pricing is fair, especially for being, you know, on the, I don't know, they're not drugstore, but they're not like high-end either. They're like that middle range. I think overall the collection is really pretty. I think that it's really well thought out, especially like pastels, all the vibe right now. So if you're into that, go for it, but I personally am not supporting the brand, so it's gonna be a pass from me. Pat McGrath also released a new Mothership palette, and at this point, I can't tell if I should be thanking her or if I should be mad at her for releasing yet another color story with pinks and golds. I can't decide, because on the one, I hated my Pat McGrath palette that I had originally bought, and I hated it. But I have been kind of curious as to, like, well, maybe the one I got was a dud. Everyone loves it. Like, kind of want to try it again. That's a place I've been in. I've kind of wanted to try it again. But her color stories just aren't ever it for me. So I'm like, I don't like that color story enough to drop that kind of money on it. And literally every single time, that's how I feel. It's like pink and gold. And I'm just not into it. So by putting out these color stories, I'm not buying them. So thanks, Pat McGrath. But I'm also like, come on, Pat McGrath, release something different. Like, my makeup soul wants something else. It's freaking killing me, bro. It's freaking killing me. But yeah, this recording right now is at like 32 minutes. I'm sure there's probably gonna be a lot of jump cuts because I don't know why I kept yawning, and I have like some kind of weird indigestion going on, and like I just feel like this video is kind of everywhere. Oh, so sorry. Sorry if that was the vibe. It's also the vibe of my brain today. It's a Friday when I'm filming this. I'm home from work. The work week was long. I'm just like, you know? But yeah, don't forget to like this video before you leave. If there's anything that you're eyeing or thinking about picking up, let me know in the comments. Or just let me know anything in the comments. Just come chat with me. I like talking to you guys. So yes. And yeah, I'm just like in a chatty mood, but my words aren't really like making sense. So I'm like, so I do think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop procrastinating. I'm gonna get off. I'm probably gonna watch some Drag Race, and I'm gonna enjoy my wine. I hope that you guys have a great day, night, whatever when you're watching this, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.